subbing for a still recovering Jan Bowers.
The Hall of Famer.
Yeah, the Hall of Famer. So we got a Hall of Famer in Bobby V and a Hall of Famer in Jan Bowers to help us out doing a broadcast. It's Lincoln tonight against Peoria Central, the revenge rematch. The 2A defending state champions against the defending 3A state champions here on Neil Alexander Court at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium. And Bobby, this could be a real barn burner here tonight.
I think it will be. It's going to be the defending 2A state champs against the defending 3A state champs. Of course, the players have changed, but there's still the tradition of both of those schools going up against each other. So it will be a rollicking battle tonight.
Bobby, Peoria Notre Dame comes in here. If I've got it right, they're right now 23-4 and 7-0 in the Big 12 Conference. Their losses have come to Incarnate Word from up north, St. Ignatius College Prep from up north, a very good Alton team from down south, and Washington, which had been the number one rated team in 3A girls basketball. And I think Peoria Notre Dame at one time this year was the number one 2A rated team. So it's going to be quite the challenge for the Lincoln Lady Railers tonight to knock off a very good Peoria Notre Dame team.
Well, as you know, Jay, they come in with a front line of 6 foot, 6'1", and 6 foot. They got 5'11" coming off the bench. So that's going to be a tough one.
So that leads us in to Bobby's Me Realty list of the game. It's time to check tonight's list of the game, sponsored by Me Realty. List your home with Me Realty when it's time to sell. And if you're looking to buy, check the listings at merealty.com. You know, instead of just doing listings, we ought to be able to sell a home right here on air, don't you think?
Well, I think we could.
We could probably build it up just as well as anybody else.
Oh, definitely. Just pick one out.
Right.
We'll sell it.
What are your 3 keys to the game tonight, sir?
Well, definitely always my number one key is intensity. And that intensity tonight, Jay Hart, is going to have to be as red hot as if you could fry an egg on a water meter lid in July. That's how hot that intensity is going to have to be, Jay Hart.
He's been saving that one up, folks.
I've been saving that one. I've never used it before. But in the second one, against the lineup that I just explained at 2 6-footers and 6'1", you're definitely going to have to seal out on the rebounds. No second shots. If they miss, it's Lincoln Rail Splitter basketball.
Taylor Rohrer talked in the post-game show Saturday after Champaign Central a little bit about Notre Dame, and she mentioned that Notre Dame had exposed some of the weaknesses of last year's team during the game that was played up at Bradley, but the girls were able to make some adjustments, make some changes, and gut their way back into it and eventually win that basketball game. I would say tonight these girls are going to have to weather the storm. I think Notre Dame will come at them hot and heavy, and they just need to weather the storm and not have any empty possessions, or many empty possessions.
You're right. And number 3 on that list, Jay Harden, you mentioned it last game. We ran the offense to perfection. We had some wide open shots that we missed. We can't miss those shots.
And that was the deal Saturday, is the team started out a little lethargic, a little sluggish, which honestly, Bob, you probably would expect a little bit after a tough Friday night contest against Taylorville. And then you got to turn around and come back and get up early, because it's not a nighttime game. You got to get up early, grab some breakfast, and get yourself out here that morning for a 2:30 contest. And I thought the girls started a little sluggish. Once they kind of kicked it in gear, though, the threes were raining in. But you're right, they missed some easy shots on Saturday that they're not going to be able to miss tonight.
Well, that red-hot intensity paid off in that game because they held their opponent to 6 points in the first quarter and then just to 3 points in the second quarter, and they'd taken over the game.
Right, the only time Champaign scored double figures was the fourth quarter. Lincoln comes into the basketball game tonight averaging 52.5 offensively, giving up 44-2 defensively. Peoria Notre Dame, the spread's much bigger. They average 61-6 offensively and only giving up 37-9 defensively. And Bob, they've got some fine players out there. I can remember last year, Lexi Bayer, who's a 6'1 junior, really hurt Lincoln from the outside and with her size. Julia Mingus, a 5'6 senior, and Brian Wardle's other daughter, Emmy Wardle, 5'9 sophomore. I expect those girls to cause a lot of problems out of their starting lineup, along with Cora Hines, a 6-foot sophomore. They're also going to start Allie Stickelmayer, another 6-foot sophomore. So they've got a lot of size they're going to put on the floor. Lincoln's going to have to contend with.
And then they've got Aiden Maloney and Shay Larson coming off the bench, and they add a nice complement to those starting basketball players.
I would expect, we saw a little bit different lineup actually this weekend, Bob, with Piper Whiteman coming in and kind of running. They used to call Larry Bird, when he was being coached at Boston by Jimmy Rogers, they turned him into what they call a point forward. Well, Larry was a lot of times out front running the offense. The other thing I noticed about Larry, one comment about Larry always took the ball out of bounds. When he was in college, when he was in the pros, Larry always took the ball out of bounds because he knew he was going to get it back.
That's right.
But Piper Whiteman gives you another dimension out front. She's got experience. She can handle the ball. She can shoot it. She can drive to the basket. And she's tall enough to see over defenses. So I would expect that if there's a lot of size on the floor from Peoria, Notre Dame, you might see Piper Whiteman out there helping run the show with Grace Schneider.
And she was a big part of that run last year, Piper Whiteman. She's 5'8". She's a senior now. And talking about point forwards, there was also a guy by the name of Scottie Pippen for the Chicago Bulls. So that's a very important position. And it gives Grace Schneider a break because she runs hard. She runs at 100 miles an hour all game. So you've almost got like a second point guard with Piper Whiteman.
Grace did a good job the other day against Taylorville and late going of handling the basketball. She would dribble into traffic late in the going and then dribble it back out if nothing was there, or to run some time off the clock. And they're going to need her ball handling tonight. Again, we can't have unforced turnovers. You can't have empty possessions. You need to get something out of each possession. Even if you miss the shot, you still have to get something out of each possession.
Grace Schneider's got around 95 assists on the year, and that's very important. We're going to have to hit the open person tonight, and then, of course, they're going to have to hit the shots. But the Lady Rail Splitters out there warming up now. We're about 3:56 away from game time, and it's going to be a good one, so hang on.
Bobby, Mia Clark has been over 20 points each of the last 3 games, and she has really shown a different side to her basketball game the last couple of games, where she has driven to the basket, been able to get to the rack and get layups, using a nice ball fake. Plus, she has shown the last couple of games the ability to come off of screens and be a catch and shoot. And you don't often see that in girls basketball. A lot of times it's a kind of a wide open, maybe more of a set shot, but she's got the ability to come off of screens and shoot the quick jumper, and they're going to need that tonight.
She is, Jay Harden, and we saw it right here in front of us in the corner. She caught that ball, and she just shot that thing immediately, like within a thousandth of a second. She hit it. She squares, and then she puts it down.
And, I think McKinley Knapp's going to be a real key to tonight's basketball game, too. She only had 2 points against Taylorville. The big girl from Taylorville, Maisie Fleming, caused a lot of difficulty inside, and McKinley did a really good job of being smart and not forcing things and kind of be distributing from that inside-out position. But she picked up the pace against Champaign. She had double figures against Champaign. They're going to need her tonight. She can score against and there are bigger girls from Peoria, Notre Dame, but I think if they run stuff for her and she gets the stuff inside, she can get position and either score or get to the free throw line.
Yeah, saying that, she can get them in foul trouble because she's strong underneath that basket. She squares up. Look at her warming up. She can also hit the threes. She hit a big three against Springfield.
Right in front of us, yeah.
Yeah, gosh, great player. And another player that's going to be a spark tonight coming off the bench is Lily Holmes.
Definitely.
She can score double figures.
Definitely, and I think something that by switching out Piper Whiteman and Lily Holmes that coaches found out is that bringing Lily off the bench, you get a lot of intensity, a lot of quickness, somebody who can get to the basket. Lily's a strong for her size. I mean, she can get to the bucket. She can also step out and shoot the outside shot as well. She gives you quite a lift off the bench.
She does, and on defense, she's long. She's got the long arms and the reach, and she gets into the passing lanes and makes a lot of nice plays, tipping it away or outright making the steal for the Lady Rail Splitters.
Lily Holmes averaging 9 points a game off the bench. Piper Whiteman at 9.4, just under 10 points a game. Mia Clark, the leading scorer, 14-7 a game, and McKinley Knapp right at 13-6 a game. Mason McLeod, I think, is going to need to have a big night tonight. Her shooting touch all of a sudden has come alive, and she's been able to hit some big three-point shots. I think if she can hit 3 or 4 three-point shots, that's really going to open things up for everybody else.
I believe so. She's the trigger on all the offensive plays, too, from out of bounds. So she's got a big job as the quarterback getting the ball inbounds to these Lady Rail Splitters.
Both teams have exited the floor to their respective benches. Lincoln will be in the home whites tonight. Peoria and Notre Dame in the road navy uniforms trimmed in green, white numerals, and white lettering. We are going to send it back to the WLCN studios for a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, my broadcast partner Bobby V will have the starting lineups for tonight's game. You are listening to Lady Railer Basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM.
This is Corporal Brian Clements with the Lincoln Police Department. This week, Lincoln Logan County Crime Stoppers is seeking information in reference to a shooting that occurred on December 30th, 2024 at approximately 7 to 8 p.m. in the area of the North Jefferson Street near the Logan County Fairgrounds. The victim suffered non-life-threatening injuries from a small caliber gunshot. At this time, no description of a suspect was given. If you have any information on this crime, please contact the Lincoln Logan County Crime Stoppers anonymously at 217-732-3000 or the Lincoln Police Department at 217-732-2151. Tips leading to an arrest could receive a cash reward of up to $1,000. Crime Stoppers only wants your information, not your name.
The Lincoln Logan County Crime Stoppers Crime of the Week is brought to you by Me Realty, supporting a thriving community safe for families through support of the Crime Stoppers program. Me Realty, 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com.
One of the deadliest mass shootings in U.S. history at Post nightclub in Orlando.
Walking into the building for the first time after the shooting, it was crippling, but it had to be preserved. If you're an ally of this community, speak out. There are more of us together than apart. It is the power of love in its rawest form.
WLCN's Lady Railer basketball coverage is sponsored by Collision Concepts, located at 1005 Macon Street, just off Woodlawn Road, west of Culver's. Call 217-735-2100 or find them online at collisionconceptsinc.com. LCHS Lady Railer basketball alumni. Lincoln Lady Railer basketball, a proud tradition of Lincoln Community High School athletics. Once a railer, always a railer.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. WLCN's Lady Railer basketball coverage is sponsored by State Farm Insurance Agent Brian Clark, with offices at 628 North Chicago Street in Lincoln, or call 217-732-6211.
Side as Lincoln about to take on Peoria Notre Dame in the revenge match from last year on Neil Alexander Court. The lights go out, and I'm going to turn it over to my broadcast partner, Bobby V. I even got a flashlight for him so he can see. I can't do anything about your eyesight, but at least I can give you some light.
I stopped off and got some readers. I forgot mine at home, so I'm ready to go. Here we go, number 5, 5'6" senior Julia Mingus for the Irish, Peoria Notre Dame. Then it's number 12. That's Allie Stickelmeyer, number 12. She's a 6-foot senior. And it's going to be number 22, Emmy Wardle. She's a 5'9" sophomore for the Irish. And we've got number 24, Lexi Bear, 6'1", and she's a junior. And 6-foot Cora, 6-foot Cora Hines, just a sophomore. Where's the number 32 for the Peoria Notre Dame Fighting Irish? And now we get ready for our Lady Rail Splitters, Jay.
Hype video up on the board, done by Mr. Connor Shaw, just to our left, running the camera again tonight.
He does a great job.
He does a great job, but he looked a little frazzled coming in tonight. I was worried about him, Bobby.
Yeah, and he laughs at all my jokes, so I like the guy.
Oh, he laughs at anything. You can say goulash and he laughs, see?
Well, we're getting ready to go here. It's going to be a wild night. As I mentioned, you got to have that red-hot intensity. You got to seal out on the rebounds, and you got to hit those open shots off the offense. That's what the coaches run the offense for. They get you wide open on the baseline. They get you wide open on the backdoor cut. You've got to make those shots, and if you get fouled, you got to hit the free throws like you did against Springfield when they were 21 out of 22. Lady Rail Splitters in their home whites.
Lights are out here at Roy S., and here we go.
And they're playing, tell them what that song is, Jay.
Sirius by the Alan Parsons Project, the theme song used for years by the Chicago Bulls.
And they've got some young kids out there ready to greet the Lady Rail Splitters, future Rail Splitters out on the floor. They played at halftime of the JV game.
Yep. Speaking of which, the JV lost tonight, but they were in it at the very end.
And here's our point guard, number 3, Grace Schneider. She's a 5'3" junior. 5'6" junior Mesa McLeod. She wears the number 11. Schneider's number 3 for the Lady Rail Splitters. Senior, 5'8" senior Piper Whiteman wears the number 15. Averages 9 points a game, as Jay told you. That's going to be the 5'9" junior, Mia Clark, and she's leading the way for the Lady Rail Splitters, as Jay told you, at 14.7 points per game. She wears the number 25. And then the lady in the middle who pounds the glass down there, McKinley Knapp. She's a 5'9" senior, wears the number 31, and we're ready to go. We're ready to rock and roll here. The Lady Rail Splitters in their home whites, and the traveling Irish, of course, you know it, they're in their green uniforms with the white numerals.
Lights come back on here at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium.
Thanks for that flashlight.
You're welcome. A last word from Coach Rohr to her charges. Lincoln going to move from left to right. And to tip it up will be Hines and Knapp. And Hines with the long arms and the long legs tips it into the backcourt. And Emmy Wardle, Brian Wardle, the Bradley basketball coach's youngest daughter, has it. They work it around out front. Steckelmeyer's got it, threw the ball away and out of bounds, and hopefully Lincoln can capitalize here on this turnover.
And they will. That intensity paid off right away. First 12 seconds of the game. McLeod's going to have to inbound. She does to Mia Clark.
And Notre Dame starts out in a high-pressure man-to-man, and Bayer just swatted away from Clark and stolen the other way by Piper Whiteman. Here comes Lincoln quickly up on the run. Schneider, Clark. Clark's going to have trouble working against Bayer. Both of them juniors. Schneider looked for the screen from Whiteman, didn't get it. Schneider, left-handed dribble down the left side. In trouble. The count may be on here. She needs to get rid of the basketball. Inside
nice
Whiteman,
pass.
5-footer, too hard. Up, no good. Bayer the rebound. Clark nearly fouled her. And here comes Bayer quickly the other way. Notre Dame looking to run. Bayer spin move down the lane, treble the basketball.
Yeah. So there it is right there. We get a nice pass, a wide open layup. We've got to make those shots. McLeod will inbounds for the Lady Rail Splitters.
So 2 turnovers already by Peoria Notre Dame and 1 by Lincoln, although they got it back. And I guess you'd say 3 turnovers by Notre Dame.
Schneider made a nice steal last time.
Schneider across the timeline, now around the screen from Whiteman. Goes down the lane, throws it up over Mingus and got fouled.
That's a new part of Grace Schneider's game. She takes that left hand, drives hard to the basket, and she gets fouled, and she's a good free throw shooter.
Julia Mingus, her first foul, team's first on Notre Dame. And Grace, the lefty, going to go to the free throw line with 2. Bobby told you, 21 of 22 against Springfield. Not quite as good the other night against Taylor or Champaign. Up and got the first one. And free throw is going to be an important part of this basketball game. Bobby, you get to the free throw line, you got to make them.
No doubt, Jay Harden, a very important part of this game. That's going to win the ball game for you if you hit your free throws.
Second one, Schneider up. Oh, short, and somebody was in the lane early.
She's going to get a
somebody
reprieve.
from Notre Dame was in the lane early. Schneider shot it short. It was an air ball and got lucky.
That might have thrown her ooff.
Could have. I don't know if somebody, I don't know where they jumped in at. It could have been right in front of her.
She'll make this one.
Second one up, and you got it, buddy. She got it. 2-0. And Lane Langhoff is going to take an immediate timeout. It is a 30-second. No, it's going to be a full timeout. Let's see. It was a 30-second timeout. Again, they're standing. You can't tell. Look like we're going to go sit down. Me Realty, whether buying or selling, trust the professionals at Me Realty. Located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or go online to merealty.com.
Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, located at 304 North McLean Street, and online at myfgec.org.
Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger. Stop by before or after the game. Get yourself some good frozen custard, folks. Also located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Well, Lincoln up 2-0, 6:59 to go here in the first stanza. as Peoria Notre Dame's coach Lane Hanghoff had to get a timeout, kind of settle his girls down just a little bit. Out front, Bayer way out front. They tried to go inside. Good defense by Lincoln. Mia Clark batted it out of bounds as they posted Emmy Wardle inside.
They've watched the film. Each team has watched it. You know, in this day and age, you get a lot of film. They know what each team's doing.
Notre Dame, they throw it out front. Bayer, she'll throw up a 20-footer. Up and no good. Battle for the rebound. Steckelmeyer came out of there with it, nearly stolen. Stolen. Knocked away by Clark. Knapp is knocked to the floor. McKinley gets up, and here comes Schneider up the floor.
Let's take it in there again, Grace, if you get the chance.
Schneider dribbles around, 18-footer in the key. Back of the iron, no good. And coming out of there with it was Hines. Hines just went up there. Boy, she is long. Got really long arms, went above everybody and got it. Wardle, Bayer down the lane, up and good.
Nice left-handed shot there. Nice finesse.
Game tied at 2. Schneider now in the backcourt to bring it across the timeline. Work down the left side again, around the pick. And there's the trap. They get it to Whiteman. Whiteman in the corner, McLeod. Back out front, Grace. Grace, lob pass inside the net. She tried to pass it around the defender to Clark, and out of bounds it goes. It'll be a turnover. It'll be Peoria Notre Dame basketball.
5:52 left first quarter, and we're tied at 2 apiece.
Bayer inbounds Mingus. Mingus will bring it across the timeline against the Lincoln 1-2-2. They've extended the wings to cover the shooters for Peoria Notre Dame. Bayer out front, Steckelmeyer. They go right side, Mingus. Mingus cross court, Bayer. She'll launch. No, she didn't launch the three. She's going to take the spin move. Nope. Steckelmeyer, Wardle left side. Out front they go, Mingus. They're not even looking inside for Cora Hines. She's behind the defense. They throw it left side, Mingus. Mingus goes inside Wardle. Wardle surrounded. Gets it out front, Bayer. Bayer goes down the lane, throws it to Hines, up and good. Lincoln played good defense, but lost track of Cora Hines, and she gets the easy bucket. It's 4-2 Notre Dame.
That's always a weak spot of that 1-2 ball press, is that back door on the weak side.
Schneider under pressure out front, gets it to Whiteman. Knapp battling inside with Mingus, has got a mismatch there, and I don't think they see it. Schneider double dribbled the basketball.
4:59 left for the first quarter. The Irish lead the Rail Splitters 4-2.
They'll inbound in front of their own bench in the backcourt. Mingus to Wardle. Wardle across timeline. Right side Mingus. Mingus, cross-court Bayer, in the corner Wardle. She's going to make a baseline drive, runs into Whiteman. Piper going to get called for the blocking foul, and I believe that's the right call.
Yep, she's not going to give her that baseline, and she was moving when she blocked her there. Piper Whiteman's first foul.
Wardle inbounds Hines, out front Steckelmeyer. Mingus, they go around the horn. Bayer, Mingus. Mingus, Bayer. Right side Wardle. Wardle drives in, pick out Bayer. Bayer, three on the way, got it. Lexi Bayer is one of the best players in the state of Illinois in 2A, and you see why.
She's got 5 points early, and the Irish lead at 7-2.
7-2, the Notre Dame lead. As Grace brings it across the timeline. Goes inside to Knapp and threw it ahead of her, and another turnover. And we're going the other way.
4:17 on that first quarter clock. Got to make more pinpoint passes to our players underneath the basket.
Bobby, you smell something burning up here?
I do.
Hopefully it's not us.
Hopefully the fire alarm doesn't go off.
Nope. Bayer out of the corner three, no good, and Hines is going to get called for a foul as Mia Clark had her screened out under the bucket.
Yeah, you're right. Nice seal out there by Mia Clark. Big trip for the Lady Rail Splitters here. They're going to have to go against the full court pressure of Notre Dame with 4:05 left in the first quarter.
Schneider, the ball inbounds. Gracie wearing a red headband tonight with the ponytail. Drives left side. Now under pressure from Hines. Nearly loses the basketball. Notre Dame ramping the pressure up a little bit. They go inside McKinley under the bucket. Too far under the bucket. Couldn't get the shot to go down. It was the right idea, but just got her under too far under the bucket. Vegas comes the other way.
Nice defense there by Mia Clark.
Steckelmeyer kicks it out. Wardle, three out of the corner. Way too hard. And the rebound goes to Mason McLeod.
3:30 left for the first quarter. Ladies need a bucket here. They trail at 7-2 early.
Right side, Lily Holmes out front. Mesa, 20-footer on the way. Bang! A collision concepts 3, and Mesa didn't hesitate at all. Caught it, turned, shot it, and nailed it.
You got it, brother.
7-5. Bayer out front, nearly carried the basketball. In the corner, Wardle. Wardle throws it out front, Mingus. Bayer. They go baseline, Hines. Hines in trouble, in trouble, in trouble, in trouble. Cross court pass, Mingus. Mingus back out front, Bayer. She loads up again. 3 on the way. No good, out. Rebound, McLeod. Mesa McLeod doing it on both ends.
Nice seal there by Mesa. She comes in at 5'6", and she sealed off the 6-footer.
Schneider will set up the Lincoln offense. They go into their motion. Holmes needs to get it to somebody. Gets it back out front, Clark. Clark. Mia going to spin. Oh, almost went down the lane. Gets it back out front, Grace. Grace out front, dribbling against the Peoria. Now it looks like almost like a matchup zone. Gets it to Lily. Lily against Bayer down the lane. Lily batted out of bounds by Bayer.
Nice drive there by Lily Holmes. She took it right down Main Street.
You know, it was a clean block, but ordinarily, Bob, when a player swats a ball like that, they usually don't get the call.
No, they usually call it on the body on the player. Oh, come on.
McLeod threw the ball out of bounds. I'm not even sure who that was supposed to go to.
Supposed to be Mia, but didn't work that way. But we only trail it by a deuce. 2:19 left first quarter. 7-5 the Irish.
Mingus will bring the ball up across the timeline as they get set to substitute. Aiden Maloney, a 5'11 junior at the scorer's table. Steckelmeyer out front, left-hand dribble to Mingus. Mingus down in the corner, left corner to Wardle. They go cross-court Bayer. She goes around McLeod, drives in, travel the basketball, no call, and she fouled Schneider and no call again.
Nice
but Grace
rebound.
has the rebound, and here she comes the other way. Grace dribbles it out of trouble, gets it to Mesa. Back to Grace. They're really watching Mia Clark heavy. She's not been able to bust loose for anything yet. Grace will go around the nap screen, goes down the lane. Grace to Mia. Clark, 20-footer, is it? No, too hard. Rebound, Bayer. Bayer comes out of there with it, and Notre Dame on the run. Goes in the corner, Wardle. Wardle, nice ball fake, back out front. Mingus, 25-footer, back of the iron, no good. And Lincoln should have had the rebound there. They get it, Bayer going to go inside. Steckelmeyer threw the ball away. Schneider comes out with it. Grace is off to the races. And batted from behind by Mingus.
I'll tell you what, Grace Schneider comes to play every night. She got out on the run there, and good defensive play there. Grace going to get a break now. Checking into the lineup for the Rail Splitters is that Whiteman?
Yep, Piper back in the basketball game for Grace. Aiden Maloney in the basketball game for them, as is number 15. We'll have to look at the roster for that one. Wasn't on the one that I had.
I got it. Shay Larson.
Okay, Shay Larson, number 15 in the basketball game for them.
5'3" sophomore.
Well, they get a little smaller anyway.
Yeah.
Wardle out front. Larson out front, Mingus. 41 seconds on the clock. Looks like they may be content for hold of one. They're going to pull it out. Mingus in the corner, Larson. Larson back out front, Mingus. Mingus. They post Wardle, high post. Hines, low post.
Watch out for that back door on the weak side.
Maloney, Wardle. Wardle around Clark. Ball nearly stripped away by Holmes. Out front, Mingus. Now Mingus is in a little bit of trouble against Clark. Gets it to Wardle down the lane. 10-footer, good. Got the shot. I'm not sure that's the shot they wanted, but it was a pretty good shot in the lane. Whiteman, 50-footer at the gun. Not close. And at the end of one quarter, it is Peoria Notre Dame 9 and Lincoln 5. We'll send it back to the WLCN studios for a 1-minute timeout.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
WLCN's Lady Railer basketball coverage is sponsored by Lincoln Heating and Cooling, located at 1716 Tremont Street in Lincoln. Phone 217-735-5835. The Johnson family, in honor of Keith Johnson, a proud supporter of Lincoln Lady Railer basketball for over 50 years.
Lincoln will have the basketball to start the second stanza at half court. Notre Dame leads at 9-5.
It's going to be McLeod, Whiteman, McKinley, Knapp, Holmes, and Clark for the rail splitter.
Notre Dame has changed defenses. They went to a 2-2-1 three-quarter court zone press, and Whiteman tried to step through the trap, got wrapped up, and a jump ball called, and it'll go to Notre Dame's way. Bob, the girls did a great job the other night against Taylorville of recognizing the changing defense, which were changed almost every possession in the second half of that ball game.
I remember you told me that, trying to shake us up. We went on an 11-point run, I believe, in the fourth quarter against it.
Mingus out front against the Lincoln defense. Goes Wardle. Wardle going to go down the lane again. There's that running one-hander. Got it up and good. She's getting in the center of that defense, and once you get in the middle of the 1-2-2, you just about kill it.
You got it. Nice floating one-hander she puts up in there.
Holmes had the ball stripped away, and Lily's going to commit the frustration foul.
7:20 left for the second quarter. We trail it by 6, 11-5, and now Grace Schneider checks back in for Lily Holmes.
Bob, Lincoln needs some scores here. They need to start getting the ball in the bucket.
Yep, they've had their chances. They just haven't been able to put it in.
Mingus out front, Larson, right side Maloney, out front Wardle, Mingus, they're moving the ball without even dribbling it. Knapp knocked it out of bounds. Good defense by McKinley Knapp.
She runs it down in the foyer.
Lexi Bayer sitting on the sidelines for quite some time, getting quite a rest. Wardle to inbounds under their basket. Gets it into Hines. Hines out front, Mingus. Nice ball fake. Drove in. Ball batted away, and it should stay Notre Dame ball. It does.
Good defense out there by Mia Clark.
6:55 to go here in the quarter. Lincoln down 11-5.
Mingus.
Julia Mingus, the point guard, runs it out front. Goes left side Larson. She looked inside to Maloney. Kick it out Wardle. Wardle, top of the key, throws right side Mingus. Mingus drives in, gets it to Maloney. Wardle. They're posting Hines way down inside, and McKinley Knapp doing a good job.
There it is again.
And Wardle gets inside again. Hines with the rebound. Ball thrown up in the air on the floor.
McKinley.
Knapp comes out of there with it. Knapp to McLeod, to Schneider, and Grace pushed the ball up the floor. Grace, left side Whiteman. Whiteman back out front. Grace, Knapp posted on the low block against Hines. To Mia Clark out front.
Mia Clark would love to drive with that basketball.
Clark, right side McLeod. There's the cutter. And Mesa picked up her dribble. Back out front, Grace from Knapp. Grace will reset the offense. Lincoln having trouble getting into their offense. There's the pick from Whiteman, and they're doing a great job of switching on that pick. They go inside Whiteman. Piper out front, Mesa. That might have been blocked. And the ball batted away, and here comes Wardle out with it, and she's on the run.
Watch her in the lane.
Wardle cut off by McLeod, goes out front Maloney. Mingus against Clark. Mingus goes down the lane, 10-foot running one-hander, and a foul on Lincoln.
Stickelmeyer getting ready to check back in for Peoria Notre Dame.
Let's see who the foul was on here. Foul, I think, was on Mesa McLeod. It was. So McLeod, her first foul. And just a second on Lincoln of stanza number 2. 5:35 to go here in a quarter. 11-5 Irish, up and good.
First point for Mingus tonight. Julia Mingus. She's a senior at 5'6", the point guard. Stickelmeyer checks back in. She checks in for Cora Hines.
Not a great deal of offense in this one, Bobby, but I'll tell you what, both teams playing really hard on both ends of the floor.
Good steal there by McKinley Knapp on the rebound.
Clark against Wardle. Spin move around the screen, and they're doing a great job of switching on people off that screen. Whiteman. Hand off to Schneider. Looking inside to Knapp. Schneider drives baseline, dribble off her own foot, and out of bounds.
5:17 left for the second period, and we trail it by 7, 12-5.
Bob, it's been a long time since Lincoln scored a point.
It has. We had 5 in the first quarter. That was it.
Several minutes since Lincoln has scored.
That's a tenacious defense Notre Dame plays.
Steckelmeyer, Wardle.
You said a switching man-to-man.
Out front, Mingus, Steckelmeyer. They go deep in the corner, Larson. Larson, the long cross-court pass. They're making long cross-court passes over the 1-2-2. Out front, Mingus. Mingus tried to drive in, goes in the corner, Larson. Clark fell down for just a second, got back up. Wardle. Kick out Mingus, 3 out of the corner, good. Julia Mingus puts them up 10, 15-5. 4:33 to go, and Bobby Lincoln needs a bucket in the worst way here.
We do, and they're playing some tough defense.
Schneider looking for somebody, gets it in the nap.
Pass.
McKinley bowls her way in, up and good.
Way to go, McKinley. Nice pass from Grace Schneider.
15-7, quickly down the floor. Mingus left side 3, no good. Rebound, Big Mac. Lincoln coming back the other way. Mia on a pop-out screen, gets it to Piper. They go inside, Mack again. Layup, got it.
Nice. Very nice pass there to McKinley Knapp.
Wardle quickly up the floor. Left side, Mingus drives baseline. Nice drive. Runs into Whiteman, throws it up. No good. Rebound, Maloney got it under the bucket and got fouled.
And Grace wouldn't let her have that free one. She goes, oh, no, you're not shooting that.
Grace Schneider with the foul, her first.
She's going to make her earn that one from the line.
Oh, hey, don't let him make the bucket if you're going to foul him.
That's right. She gave her a little kidney shot there.
Take the ball and the arm. What the heck?
Maloney with a free throw.
16-9 to score. 3:48 to go here. Second one up and got it. 17-9, the Notre Dame lead. Mia Clark takes a seat as Lily Holmes comes in the basketball game. There's Knapp again, post on the low block. Out front, Mesa. Mesa, nice lob pass to Knapp, up in, no good. Got a little bit far into the bucket again. It might have got shoved in the back as well. Ward, a little stutter step. Bayer in the corner they go. Mingus, 3 on the way, no. Easy rebound on the floor. Schneider dives for it.
Nice
ball on the floor, and what's the call here? Jump ball. It'll be Lincoln basketball.
Schneider and Whiteman hustling for that ball.
Said you can't fault the effort so far for either team, Bobby.
No, both teams going all out in this one. 3:19 left for the quarter. Lincoln leads at 17-9.
Schneider into the front court. Let's see if they go looking for Knapp again. Bayer's back in the basketball game. They're probably going to look at Mack again. Nearly threw the ball away that time. Back out front, Grace. Grace will pull it back out front. Gets it to Lily. Lily looks inside to McKinley. Lily drives baseline, 10-footer up and no good. Not a bad shot and might have got fouled with the body, but no call again. The officials letting a lot of stuff go. Wardle in the corner, Mingus. They go baseline, Maloney. Maloney throws it into Steckelmeyer. That's too easy. She got it in the defense and got a layup.
Nice pass there.
Notre Dame picking apart the Lincoln defense right there and did a good job of it. Schneider in the corner, Whiteman. Piper against Bayer. Handoff, McKinley. McKinley to Lily. Lily going to drive down again. Lily up and got it. Muscled that one up.
That's her first bucket, and we needed it. She's not afraid to take it to the basket.
19-11. Schneider taps the ball away and saves it.
Nice. What hustle by Grace Schneider. She comes to play every night. 19-11.
Schneider in the corner, Mesa. Mesa, baseline Piper. Back to Mesa. Holmes the cutter, didn't get it to her. Schneider goes down the lane, gets it to Lily. Lily out front, Piper. Nice fake by Piper. She's going to take it all the way home, lays it up, no good. McKinley muscles up the rebound, up and got it. Count the bucket.
McKinley Knapp. That was just pure desire. They were wanting to get that rebound and put it in.
Count the bucket for Big Mac.
Should be 13 on the board. There it is.
Foul is on Emmy Wardle. That is her first.
6 points for McKinley Knapp in this quarter.
The first on Notre Dame in this quarter. Big Mac going to go to the free throw line with the Ann Harm. What's the guy say in that movie? Sometimes guts is enough.
I believe so. Oh,
Mac misses the free throw, and here comes Bayer quickly the other way. Bayer in the corner, Maloney. They go inside.
Nice play,
and McKinley stepped in there and took it away.
That's what it's all about right there, Jay Harden.
19-13. Lincoln making a little bit of a run here before the end of the first half. Schneider, right side Holmes. They're doing it with Mia Clark on the bench. They go inside Matt. Overthrew her. Had to cut her, overthrew her, and here comes Notre Dame quickly down the floor. Bayer blew it. Holmes rebound. Holmes to Schneider, and a foul, blocking foul on Notre Dame, and you can see they're starting to get kind of frustrated out there. Lexi Bayer throwing her hands up in the air.
Good intensity by the Rail Splitters.
That'll be the first foul on Aiden Maloney.
Rail Splitters on a 4-point run, a minute 12 left for the half. 19-13. Ladies trail it.
Schneider brings it across the timeline, around a screen, now hounded by Hines out front to Whiteman. Piper going to drive it in. Piper down the lane, layup time, didn't get it. Mack again, the rebound. And a jump ball called. Well, that was good hustle by McKinley Knapp.
She's hustling. McKinley Knapp, Grace Schneider, they're all hustling out there.
19-13, the Notre Dame lead, 51 seconds on the clock. They go in the corner. Bayer, she'll launch up a three. No good. Back of the iron. Schneider comes out of there with it. Boy, Bob, you'd like to have one last score here before the end of the half and cut that deficit even further.
We're going to get it right here, Jay Harden. I got a good feeling.
Schneider around the Whiteman screen, hounded by Bayer. Knapp's knocked to the floor. Holmes, nice baseline drive. Lilly, 5-footer.
Yes, indeed. That's the way we like it, baby.
19-15. Wardle quickly the other way. Steckelmeyer, three on the way. Good! They come right back with the answer. Lincoln may get the last shot here in the first half, down 22-15.
We've got to answer that phone call. We don't have much time. We got to run the offense. Let's go. 5 seconds.
Schneider gets it to Knapp. McKinley going to have to do something with it to Lilly. Lilly to Mesa. Three on the way. Oh, front of the iron. No good. It was online at the end of the first half. It is Peoria Notre Dame 22 and Lincoln 15. We'll send it back to the WLCN studios for a 2-minute timeout. When Bob and I come back, we will have the Grau Incorporated halftime show. You're listening to Lady Railer Basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM.
Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln. WLCN's Lady Railer basketball coverage is sponsored by Chase Lowry Edward Jones Financial, your Lincoln Edward Jones financial advisor. Located at 407 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, learn how Chase can help you reach your financial goals. Visit edwardjones.com or stop by the office. Member SIPC.
Worried about your friend but don't know how to reach out?
You could say how are you or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR. It's all good if you think you should check in. Yeah, you should. Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
WLCN's Lady Railer basketball coverage is sponsored by Lincoln Mayor Tracy and Annette Welch. Complete Lawn Care, offering year-round service for all your outdoor needs, including lawn care, gutter cleaning, and snow removal. For a free estimate or for more information, call 217-732-9734.
acquired her Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium. Nice crowd comes out on a Monday night to watch this game between the defending 3A state champions in girls basketball, Lincoln, and the defending 2A state champions in girls basketball, Peoria, Notre Dame. And Bob, I'll tell you what, it was a very hard played first half. Not a lot of scoring in the first half, but the intensity on both sides was there.
It was. Great defense by both teams. Switching defenses. The Lincoln Lady Railers sealing out on those rebounds when they had to. The easy shots they had underneath, there was maybe 2-3 of those they needed to get down in a game like this.
You know, Bob, I remember when you would do games with Sam, and Coach Wallace would always come in and talk about rebounding and how they got out rebounded. And Lincoln may have gotten out rebounded slightly, but they didn't give a whole lot of second chance points to Peoria Notre Dame.
No, great hustle out there by the whole crew. Great job. And as you mentioned off air, they're doing a great job on Mia Clark. They're hound dogging her. They know she's the number one gun for Lincoln, and they're not letting her get off any easy shots.
I don't know that I've seen too many girls teams be able to switch like this off of their man-to-man defense. I mean, it is just a constant. Once a pick is set, and if somebody gets picked off, there's a switch that's going on out there, and you've got a new defender on the ball handler. They're just not letting anybody get loose. Although, quite honestly, we've seen some drives and some inside play that's been there tonight. Lincoln just at times hasn't gotten the ball to go in the bucket or at least gotten a shot off.
Yeah, those defenses by Taylor Rohr and Lane Langhoff, that's what they stress in their programs, and it's paying off tonight. But you're right about those shots underneath. We've had at least 3 or 4 of them. They could have easily gone down.
Poor McKinley. I mean, McKinley probably could have double figures right now. She had a couple of passes that got her really too far under the basket. You get too far into the basket, it's tough to get the ball to go up and in.
Tough to get it back up. Yeah, you're right. She was just on the wrong angle to get it off the glass correctly.
Well, not much scoring, but what do you have for scoring so far in the first half, sir?
So let's take a look. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We had 6 players score for the Irish. Julia Mingus had a 3-pointer and a free throw for 4 points. Allie Stickelmeyer had a bucket and a 3 for 5. Emily Wardle, a couple of nice running one-handers for 4 points. Lexi Bear with a bucket and a 3 for 5. Cora Hines, I like that. It's an old school name from the way backs. Cora Hines with a bucket, 2 points. And Aiden Maloney with 2 free throws for 2 points. For our Lady Rail Splitters, Lily Holmes driving to the basket, got a couple of baskets, 4 points. Grace Schneider, 2 free throws early to give us the first lead. Mason McLeod with a nice 3, and leading all scorers, McKinley Knapp. She's got 3 baskets for 6 points. But when you look at the Lincoln scoring, Mia Clark, Piper Whiteman absent. They have to score in that second half.
Do you suppose Cora Hines might be an heir to the ketchup fortune?
I think so. I've been to Pittsburgh before, and they got that old Heinz ketchup neon light flashing there. I've been on the bobblehead tour with my son. We've only got 2 more towns to go to, Baltimore and Washington, D.C.
Ooh, you'll like D.C.
Well, got a station there for 2 years.
I was going to say, you know D.C. very well.
Yeah.
Well, Lincoln down 22-15, as Bob said. Plenty of chances, and you can't fault the Lincoln defense. Although, Peoria Notre Dame makes you do some things. The Lincoln girls, I know the 1-2-2, you've got to extend out there to cover their shooters. And I think for the most part, the Lincoln girls have done a really good job of covering their shooters outside. They haven't made it easy for them to get outside shots, but you've had Emmy Wardle, who's been able to drive down the lane and get a couple of running one-handers. And Coach Wallace talked about this. You guys talked about this for years. It is well known. You get into the middle of the 1-2-2, you can beat it almost every time once you get into the middle.
And Wardle did it. She a couple of nice running one-handers. She missed the last one, but yes. But no matter what happens in this game, Jay, it's a great game for the Rail Splitters to play this kind of competition.
Oh, it's a great game. It's a great game for the fans to see. Hey, if you're missing this one, you're missing 2 good basketball teams out here doing battle. It may not look the best as far as being the smoothest game, but that's because of the intensity of the defense that's been playing out here.
Well, we've got a lot of fans all over the country, and Connor Shaw is bringing it to them right now, so they're having a lot of fun watching this game.
Diana Johnson Hightower, I'm sure, is one of them, watching us from deep in the heart of Texas, down in Dallas with her husband, and I'm sure we got a number of other fans watching us us
definitely
on the YouTube channel tonight, and hopefully listening on the airwaves on WLCN 96.3 FM.
My sisters Nancy and Barbara down in Florida, along with my brother John, and then my sister Catherine in Indiana with her husband Jeff. They're watching the game.
So both teams, well, Notre Dame has returned to the floor. I'll tell you what, let's send it back to the WLCN studios for a 90-second timeout. When we come back, we'll have the start of the second half. You're listening to Lady Railer Basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com. WLCN's Lady Railer basketball coverage is sponsored by Imo's Cafe, your family restaurant serving home-cooked meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Located at 616 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln, phone 217-605-0171. Imo's Cafe, Lincoln's family restaurant.
Wrapping up the Grau Incorporated halftime show, Jay Harden, Bob Verderber. We've got people. Dan Smalley's watching us from Cumming, Georgia. Todd Tim is watching us from Thomaston, Georgia. You know, people watching us from Georgia.
Well, yeah, from Georgia and also from Possum Holler.
Yeah.
There's Diane Myrick out there listening to Possum Holler, too.
I'm sorry, Diane. You blame him for that one. Possum Holler.
Sometimes I'll pull that out. People ask me where I'm from, and they just give me that look like, what?
People are probably going, is that in Kentucky? Both teams headed back to their benches. And, Bobby, it'd be nice to see Lincoln get off to a good start here in the second half. Put a couple of buckets in there. You know, they closed it to 19-15 there toward the end of the first half. And you thought, hey, a stop and a bucket? Boy, you're right. You're right there with them. And you're putting a little pressure on them. But then they come down and get a three and go up 7, 22-15 here at half.
And you know the good thing, Jay Harden, is we're going to get the basketball to start the second half. So we've got first chance to score here. Notre Dame walking out on the floor. Those are the blue uniforms trimmed in green with the white numerals.
And, Bob, if I remember right, Peoria Notre Dame used to be Peoria Spalding, which is another reason not to like them after what they did to the boys back in 69 and 70.
You got it. You know your basketball history, Jay Harden.
Snyder in the corner, Mesa, and Mesa just couldn't handle a pass, lost it out of bounds.
Yeah, we got to turn the defense on now.
So Lincoln starts the second half with a turnover, and certainly not the way you want to start it. Here we go.
And Mia Clark back in there for the Rail Splitters.
Out front, Steckelmeyer in the corner, Mingus. She'll drive baseline around Knapp. Reverse layup. Nice nifty move. She made the reverse layup and make it 24-15.
That was a nifty move. You called that right, Jay.
Schneider in the backcourt. Notre Dame kind of ramping up the pressure just a little bit. Man-to-man defense around the Whiteman screen. And there you go. Mingus fought through the screen. Out front, Knapp. McKinley, 23 feet from the basket. That's not her game. Schneider out front. Schneider in the lane. Kick out Whiteman. Wide open three. Is it, baby? No. Rebound Hines scoops it out of there. And a foul on Mia Clark. That's a frustration foul there in the backcourt. First foul on Mia Clark. It'll be the first on Lincoln in the third quarter.
This may be the most we've trailed by 9, 24-15.
I think you're right. I think it was 19-11. I think it was 8 at one point in the first half. And Lincoln crawled back in it. Bayer, right side, back out front, Mingus. You know, Lane Langhoff won't be shy of put the ball in the freezer if he needs to. Baseline drive, Wardle up, no good, too hard. Schneider and Hines fighting for it, and Hines touched it last. Wow.
Good hustle there by Grace Schneider.
That one could have gone either way.
Could have.
Notre Dame's going to set up here. Let's see. They go back to man-to-man pressure. Thought they were going to try that 2-2-1 three-quarter court zone trap, but they pull back, and right side Whiteman.
Let's run that offense and get open for that three again.
Whiteman out front, Mia. Mia going to drive down the lane. Left-hander up, no good, and they call her for double dribble, and I was blocked off. Couldn't tell if she did or not. She was being bumped all the way.
Mingus going to bring it up for the Irish across the timeline on the right-hand dribble.
Mingus. Bayer out front, Wardle. Mingus got a wide open three, no good. Rebound, Mason McLeod. Ladies doing a good job on the boards.
Sealed off, and there was nobody underneath there for the Irish. They were completely sealed off.
Schneider, right side, trying to get it to somebody. Threw the ball to Knapp. Knapp gets it up and good. McKinley went and got that, and that was sheer effort to get that ball in the bucket. Wardle quickly up the floor. Wardle back to Bayer. Three on the way. Good. Boy, they answered that phone call. 27-17. Lexi Bayer with 8. Schneider against this tough Peoria man-to-man defense. She's done a good job of handling the basketball tonight. Left side Clark, they go inside to Knapp again. McKinley, Whiteman, 10-footer, no good. It was a nice thought. McKinley or Pepper just couldn't get it down. Steckelmeyer, long three, up, no good. Rebound, Mia Clark. Again, Lincoln doing a good job on the backboards.
Can't panic, just get him back a basket at a time.
Clark, kick out McLeod, got plenty of time. Out front, Schneider.
Good job by Schneider.
No reason to hurry or force anything. Schneider. There was me on the pop-out. They couldn't get her the basketball. Schneider down the lane against Mingus. Lays it up. No good. Rebound. Knapp has it. Threw it off of Wardle. And they say McKinley stepped on the baseline.
Again, good hustle by McKinley Knapp. She owns it down there on the block.
Mia Clark going to come out of the basketball game.
Lily Holmes back in there.
You know, Bob, this is probably the toughest defense that Mia Clark has ever had to face in her short career as a Lady Railer.
It certainly is. You got to give it to this Notre Dame team. Play some tough defense.
Wardle, cross-court Mingus. Mingus out front, Bayer. She'll launch a 25-foot three. Missed it. Rebound, Whiteman had position. It was batted out of bounds by Steckelmeyer, and that's the right call, and it's going to go Lincoln's way.
Nice seal again. That triangle, and you talk about Lauren Wallace all the time. That's what he always wanted, that triangle seal out underneath the basket. 27-17, the most we've trailed by. But you can't score 10 points on one basket, just one at a time.
Schneider fell down with a basketball. Mingus takes it away, going to get an easy layup, got it.
Mingus with 8 points.
So the turnover from Lincoln gives Peoria Notre Dame an easy layup. They're up 12 with 4:14 to go. Schneider. There was Knapp posted low against Hines. Schneider, Whiteman, Piper, Mesa, long three, right side, short, no good.
Nice.
Rebound, McKinley. Out. McKinley in the lane. She's going to go up, hook shot blocked, and Hines got called for the foul.
Great job by McKinley Knapp. She's played a great game tonight. She looks for double figures tonight from the free throw line.
Cora Hines with her second foul. She's the only one for Notre Dame that has more than one foul.
McKinley Knapp, a senior.
Haven't been many fouls called in this game. I'll tell you what, I won't say it's been a clean game. It's been a physical game, but not a lot of fouls called. And McKinley missed the first of 2 free throws.
She'll make this one. She's got a nice looking shot. Where's the number 31 for the Rail Splitters?
Big Mac. Second one up and got it. 29-18, the Notre Dame lead is 11. Wardle in the corner, Mingus. She'll drive baseline right to the goal, and a foul. I think that one's going to go against Mack. She did. She reached in, but she didn't let her have the bucket.
Mingus, a good-looking ball player, plays the point for the Irish, takes it right to the basket.
That is on Mack. That is her first, believe it or not. Everybody on the Lincoln lineup has one foul.
Mingus now with 9. She's tied with McKinley Knapp for game-leading honors right now.
Julia Mingus, not the tallest girl on the floor, but a fine ball player nonetheless. Second one up and good.
She's got 10.
31-18, the lead's 13.
3:50 left for the third quarter. Lincoln trails at 31-18.
Schneider out front, Piper. Piper, nice ball fake, going to drive down the lane. Left-handed layup, got knocked to the floor by Steckelmeyer, and that will be her first foul.
Well, you're not going to get an easy layup down there against these girls.
Piper going to go to the free throw line with Dew.
Piper looking for her first point.
Pretty Piper Whiteman. First one. Eyes it up and got it. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
You could hear the net snap from here. And I've got headphones on.
Second one up and got them both. 31-20. The lead's 11 for Notre Dame. 3:39 to go here in the third. Wardle, Bayer. Bayer, right side Steckelmeyer, back out front Bayer. Left side Wardle, they go baseline Hines. Cross court pass Bayer. Bayer, spin move against Schneider, kicks it back out. Mingus, long three, top of the key, good. Julia Mingus is rocking it right now for Notre Dame. They give her 13 and they lead 34-20.
She's hit 2 threes in this basketball game.
Mia Clark getting set to come back in at the Lincoln bench. Right side Holmes. Baseline Whiteman. Whiteman in the corner. Back out front Lilly. Lilly, they go inside, try to go inside to McKinley.
Look at McKinley.
She grabbed it, throws it to Piper, no good. Rebound Hines.
You got to give it to McKinley Knapp. She plays all out.
Bayer, left side three, no good. Rebound battle for. Mingus was over the back of Schneider. Tapped it away, and Lincoln's got it.
Schneider at sealing out at 5-3 in there.
Tell you what, you go to the film of this, and the girls have done a great job of sealing out. Great back cut up and good!
Whiteman to Lily Holmes for the bucket.
34-22, 2:31 to go. Bayer. Back out front, Mingus. Left side, Hines. Hines nearly traveled the basketball. Back out front, Bayer. She fakes the three, goes top of the key, launches one up. Good.
Very nice ball club. Bears got 3 threes in the game, 2 of them in this quarter.
They're up 15, 37-22. Lincoln struggling to score, and they get an open look like that and just drain it. Schneider down the lane, had it blocked by Steckelmeyer, knocked to the floor. And here comes Notre Dame the other way, and Mesa fouled Wardle, no call. Hines layup time, got it. Bob, you can feel this one slipping away already, and we're not even in the fourth quarter yet.
Well, this is a state championship team. A couple of the players have moved on to college, but 3 of them are back from the starting lineup.
A timeout taken by Taylor Rohrer. It is a 30-second timeout. Tell you about some more of our fine sponsors. How about the good folks at Grau Incorporated, serving Lincoln and Logan County since 1953. Located at 1905 North Kickapoo in Lincoln, 217-735-4444. Go online to grauinc.com.
Chestnut Health Systems, offering a comprehensive scope of behavioral health and human services in Illinois and Missouri. Call 888-924-3786.
And if there's anybody that could use services for behavior, it's you and me. State Farm Insurance Agent Brian Clark, located at 628 North Chicago Street in Lincoln. Brian can steer you in the right direction on auto insurance, and he's got your home covered from natural disasters to unexpected accidents. Call 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com.
McLeod on the trigger to Holmes.
And they've ramped up their defense, gone to a zone press. They get it quickly to Clark. Mia going to take it all away. Layup time, no good. Poor Mia Clark just can't buy a bucket right now. Bayer coming the other way. Bayer runs into Whiteman, no good. Rebound battle for, and the out official makes a call. What's the call here? It's against Notre Dame. Foul is on Lexi Bayer. And that will be her first.
Minute 29 left in the third period. Lincoln trails at 39-22. McLeod in there along with Schneider, Clark, Whiteman, and Knapp.
Notre Dame. Token pressure man-to-man. Grace will get it across the timeline. Picked up her dribble near the center circle. They go to Whiteman. Whiteman looks inside McKinley. She's going to drive in herself. Layup time. Got it. Nice move by Piper. Got her around number 12. That's Steckelmeyer. And laid it up and in. Wardle nearly threw the ball away in the corner as they try and ramp up. And she traveled the basketball. Mingus traveled right in front of the Notre Dame bench.
Lincoln hasn't given up on that defense. Caused that travel there. McLeod, nobody going to play full court pressure. Going to trigger into Schneider.
So Lincoln can try and chip away at this lead some more.
We're in the red.
56 seconds on the clock. Schneider across the timeline. Left side, Whiteman. Whiteman out front, Mia Clark. They're looking inside to Mack. Lob pass into Mack. Up and got it!
Nice
Mia Clark with a nice pass to McKinley and make it 13-point lead. It's 36-29 or 39-26. Mingus going to drive it baseline. Nice pass. Oh, and Clark stepped in the passing lane and knocked it away. Mia Clark playing the defense.
Don't give up on these rail splitters.
30 seconds on the clock. Lincoln could cut this one to 10 with a three-pointer. Schneider out front. There's Clark. Clark. Whiteman. Knapp. Back to Whiteman. Piper thought about the three. Piper works against Wardle out front. Hand off to Mia. Clark, top of the key. Three, is it, baby? No. Rebound. Bayer comes out of there with it. 7 seconds on the clock. Here she comes the other way. Got to watch the three. They throw it out front. Maloney to Bayer. 30-footer at the gun. Short. At the end of three quarters, don't go away. It's Irish 39 and Lincoln 26. Let's send it back to the WLCN studios for a 1-minute timeout.
This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln and online at merealty.com.
Have you ever seen somebody treated unfairly because of the color of their skin?
Do you guys know what it means to have white privilege?
What is racism and what do you think about it?
Talk to young children about what racism is, giving them the language to understand it. They can be disruptors. They can shape and shift culture.
We may not always know the answer, but we'll try and help you learn.
You don't have to have all the answers, but that doesn't mean we can't start.
Second quarter or fourth quarter, we'll have the ball. Bob, quick scoring. What you got?
We got Lincoln Holmes 6, Schneider 2, McLeod 3, Knapp 11, Whiteman 4.
Maloney, right side Wardle. She thought about loading up the three. Little stutter step, gets it to Maloney. 15-footer, elbow extended, back of the iron, back of the backboard, no good. And Whiteman the rebound. And still plenty of time left on the clock, Bob.
On the other side of the ledger, Mingus has got 13 and Bear 11.
Whiteman, hand off to Schneider. Schneider covered by Wardle, nearly stripped the ball away from her. Grace needs to watch that, dribbling it that far out in front of her body. Back out front, Whiteman. Piper to Grace. Grace has done a good job so far handling the basketball tonight. Grace around the screen. Nearly traveled the basketball out front, gets it to Piper. They go inside Mack. Mack was fouled from behind by Wardle, and they called it.
Yeah, nice call there. 7:15 left in the final period. Lincoln trails it by 13 with McKinley going to the free throw line. She's leading the way for the Rail Splitters with 11 points.
2 fouls on Amy Wardle, the 5'9" sophomore. And Big Mac going to go to the free throw line with 2. Like being able to score with the clock stopped, Bob.
Yeah, we need to do a lot of that.
And she rolls it home.
Nice touch on the basketball.
39-27, give the senior 12. 7:15 to go. Carson Connick sitting over here to our left. Second one, got it home. Rolled it home too. Make it 39-28. Bob, if you can get that lead under 10, that psychological factor comes into play.
Definitely, those single digits. 7:05, we got plenty of time to do that. Just got to play the D. Good job out there by Clark.
They're trying to spread the defense out. Bayer, long three out of the corner. She got it. And a timeout called.
Bear has knocked down 4 threes, Jay Harden. She's got 14 points, leading all scorers. Got a nice touch on that basketball.
That was a full timeout taken by Peoria Notre Dame. I'm still not sure I understand why. Collision Concepts, located at 1005 Macon Street, just off Woodlawn Road, west of Culver's. Call 217-735-2100. Find them online at collisionconceptsinc.com.
Complete Lawn Care, offering year-round service for all your outdoor needs, including lawn care, gutter cleaning, and snow removal. For a free estimate or more information, call 217-732-9700. 888-888-5734.
Independent Health Insurance area agent Dara Entwistle, advocating for you, your family, and your company. Newly relocated at 620 Broadway Street in downtown Lincoln. Call 217-651-8046.
Heartland Bank and Trust Company gives you choices with personal or business checking accounts that fit you. Good people, great account choices. Heartland Bank, member FDIC.
Emo's Cafe, your family restaurant serving home-cooked meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They're at 616 Woodlawn Road.
Full court pressure by the Irish, but the rail splitters break it. Here comes Schneider across the timeline.
Grace into the front court between the circles will go right side. Now the left-handed dribble. Looking for somebody. Counts on. She needs to get rid of the basketball. Nearly threw the ball away. Gets it to Whiteman. Peoria Notre Dame's picked up their pressure. Apparently they want to put the nails in the coffin here in this quarter. Whiteman out front. Schneider. They're looking all over for McKinley Knapp. Schneider out front. Need to watch the ref count. Right side Whiteman. Whiteman. Cutter Clark out front. McKinley. Left side Grace. Bayer's all over Clark. Schneider out front, and now Lincoln looking a little confused offensively as to what they're supposed to do. Schneider takes it in. Knapp, she thought about loading the three, gets it back to Grace. Lincoln not forcing it, but nothing's really there, and they threw the ball away. Bayer stepped in and stole a bad pass. Here comes Bayer all the way, goes all the way up, no good, and Knapp to rebound.
Knapp's played quite a basketball game, Jay Harden.
Oh, she has, on both ends of the floor. Schneider across the timeline against Mingus, and Mingus going to get called for the push 35 feet from the bucket.
5 minutes, 48 seconds left for the ball game. We trail it by 14, 42-28. Big trip for us.
They are going to take a seat.
I'd like to see Mia get a basket.
They look for her in the corner there. Mesa having trouble getting it in. Gets it in. Grace. Ball tapped away by Mingus. Got to watch that pass. You throw it up that high, they'll come over the top and take it away. Mesa looking for option number one. Can't find anybody. Had Knapp. Knapp had Hines on her hip. They get into Whiteman. Whiteman has Wardle all over her. Give Wardle a saddle there. She's looking for somebody. Gets it out front. Clark. Clark against Steckelmeyer. Clark going to drive in. Little stutter step dribble. Kick out McLeod. Three on the way. Right side. Bang! A collision concept three. That cuts it to 11. 42-31.
That's the way we like it, baby.
Maloney. Mingus. Left corner. Back out front. Steckelmeyer. Notre Dame sets their offense up. Goes into corner. Mingus nearly lost it out of bounds. Mingus back out front. Ooh, and Clark was right there. Wardle, 15-footer, wide open, no good. Back of the iron. Knapp sealed out Hines, and McLeod came out of there with it.
They're down in there fighting. She got a cheap shot from behind, and McKinley didn't like it earlier.
No.
She looked at her and gave her a dirty look. She ran away from her.
Just under 5 minutes to go. They go to Whiteman, free throw line. Mia Clark, step back three. Is it, baby? No good. Back of the iron. Ball on the floor, and Maloney comes out of there with it. Maloney quickly ahead to Steckelmeyer. She'll fire a three. No good. Rebound, Whiteman. Again, Lincoln doing a good job on the boards tonight against the taller Notre Dame. Piper going to go right to the goal. Lays it up. Got it.
Whiteman with 6 points.
It's under 10 with 4:27 to go. 42-33, the Notre Dame lead. And now Notre Dame's going to spread it out. I'll bet they go layups and free throws. They go in the corner, Maloney. Out front, Wardle. Wardle, Steckelmeyer. Out front, Mingus. They pulled everybody out of the lane.
Keep the pressure on baseline.
Wardle's going to get bumped by Knapp. She did. That will be McKinley Knapp's second foul. And Lincoln's got fouls to give.
4:06 on the game clock.
Bob, I think it's a little early to start fouling, though.
Yes. We've got to get a steal here. Keep the pressure on.
Steckelmeyer.
There it is.
McLeod. Mesa's off to the races. Layup time coming. Got it. 42-35. It's a 7-point game. Lane Langhoff is going to have to take a timeout.
That's very, very nice.
What do you think of that, Raider Nation? The girls battling back in it, down 42-35, 3:52 to go. Bobby, we've got more sponsors to talk about. Heartland Community College is Lincoln's community college. At Heartland, you'll get the personal attention and support you need to be a successful student. Discover Heartland, discover your future. Visit heartland.edu/Lincoln.
The Johnson family, in honor of Keith Johnson, a proud supporter of Lincoln Lady Rail Splitter basketball for over 50 years. Railers.
The LCHS Lady Railer basketball alumni. We had one of them on the halftime show we did the other day. Lincoln Lady Railer basketball, a proud tradition of Lincoln Community High School athletics since 1973. Once a Railer, always a Railer. Kind of like being a member of the CIA. And then once your agency, you're always agency.
Lincoln Heating and Cooling, 1216 Tremont Street in Lincoln. Phone 217-735-5835.
The LMH Community Health Collaborative, improving the health of the people and the communities it serves.
Chase Lowry, Edward Jones Financial, your Lincoln Edward Jones Financial advisor, located at 407 Keokuk in Lincoln. Learn how Chase can help you reach your financial goals. Visit edwardjones.com or stop by the office. Members, SIPC.
And proud pop-up Brad Schneider of Schneider Masonry, serving Central Illinois for over 40 years. Free estimates available, 217-314-9654. They put Bayer back in the basketball game, and Bob, it looks like they're going to pull out and try and make Lincoln chase.
We got to make a stop here, Jay Harden. And we do have to chase. We got to go all the way out and get him.
42-35. And you don't want to wait too awful long before you start fouling, because you got to get them up to the fifth foul.
Yeah, stay on those players out there.
Holmes out front on Wardle.
Yeah,
they go to Mingus, and they're out past the volleyball line. Obviously, they're not even looking for a cut. There goes Wardle to the bucket. She kicks it back out, Steckelmeyer. Back out front, Mingus. And now Lincoln going to go out.
You got to go man to man.
The coaches are out there trying to get him to trap. Bayer's going to take a three out of the corner. No good. Knapp went for it. Hines all over her. Hines throws it up and rolled it home.
Damn.
Doggone it. McKinley just couldn't deal with the long arms of Cora Hines.
Came over her back,
yep,
but didn't foul.
Whiteman, spin move. Nice cut to Holmes. Layup time. Got it. Oh, my.
8 points for Lily Holmes and a beautiful pass from Piper Whiteman.
44-37. 2:44 to go.
Big free throw here for Lily. Cut it to 6.
3 fouls now on Mingus.
No.
Holmes misses the free throw. Doggone it.
Let's go. You got to get him. Get out on him. Hound dog.
And now the coaches are really wanting them to get out there and dog Peoria, Notre Dame. And there go the Lincoln ladies, and a foul going to be called on Lily Holmes. And Bob, I think now's the time you've got to at least get them toward the super bonus.
Yep. 6. All right, you're right. Same thing. Just keep coming at them.
Yeah, you can't spend a whole lot of time. If you get a steal, great. If they foul, well, all right, that's what it is.
Make them throw a pass away.
Wardle out front. Holmes fouled her again. That's 3 on Lily.
Now Schneider going to check back in.
We can't have Lily foul out trying to get him into the bonus.
No, Lily's had a good game. She's got 8 points.
Yes, and it looks like she may have gotten popped in the nose in that last foul. Oh, nearly a steal by Clark. Ball into the backcourt. Throw the ball away. Oh, and they come up with it. Doggone it. Need to foul again, girls. Need to foul again. McLeod trying to push her out of bounds. Wardle travel with the basketball. No call. Out front, Bayer. They go in the corner. Mingus. Mingus is fouled by McLeod.
Minute 59 left for the game. We trail it by 6. They're not shooting free throws yet.
Nope, but that is 4. So the next foul they will be shooting. Clark fouls Mingus in the backcourt. So Julia Mingus.
She's had quite a game. 13 points for Julia Mingus. Has gotten all of those in the third quarter. Hasn't scored in the fourth.
She's kind of been the rail splitter killer tonight. Mingus, first one up and good. Man, she's got a nice shooting touch. Steckelmeyer going to sit down. Maloney going to come back in.
That makes it a 3-possession game there on that free throw.
45-37. Second one is up and good. And now Peoria Notre Dame will come with man-to-man pressure. Now they start pulling it back. Minute 54 to go. Mingus with 15. 46-37. The lead is 9. Out front, McLeod. Mesa thought about turning around shooting. Maloney was right there. She couldn't shoot it over. Lincoln struggling again to score. Schneider around a screen. Didn't get around the screen. Knapp looking inside to Whiteman. Gets it to Clark. Lincoln running an offense here. Running time off the clock. They go inside Whiteman. Nice pass up and good.
Nice pass from Mia Clark, and that's 8 points for Piper Whiteman.
46-39, and now the coaches have to get onto him again to get out there and ramp up the defense. Thrown into Hines, layup time, she blew it. Rebound, Knapp's got it in, a jump ball is called. No, it's Lincoln basketball.
Oh, good. I thought that was a foul. She rolled.
I thought it was
like
a foul too, but
Yeah.
I'll take the jump ball at this point in time. Minute 9 to go. Come on, girls, you got to run the offense quicker. Schneider, Whiteman, Piper, Schneider. We're under a minute. Schneider going to drive in. Schneider to McLeod. 3 out of the corner. Is it, baby? No. Rebound inside.
Yeah, over the back.
Lincoln's got it.
She's
and that
over
should
the
be
back.
a foul on. No.
Oh, no. You got to be kidding me.
Oh, no.
Unbelievable.
The Lincoln girl had position inside. Julia Mingus came over the top, and the Lincoln crowd is not happy at all. Mingus ahead of the pack, 45 seconds on the clock. Lincoln down 46-39. Clark, and they're trying to foul her, and the officials aren't going to call it.
37 seconds.
Clark tried to get it away from Wardle, fell down.
You know, our main man here, Connor's usually pretty cool, but I think he lost it there for a little bit.
Well, he does it every once in a while.
Well, he was right.
He was.
Yeah.
He was. It was a bad call. It was a bad no call is what it was. Wardle up, no good. Back of the iron. .5 seconds to go. And Wardle missed them both. It came out. Whiteman quickly up the floor. Piper ahead to McLeod. Mesa 30-foot three-pointer. Oh! Rebound.
Nice.
Clark
Mia,
tipped it
nice
out of there.
effort.
Schneider and Whiteman fighting for it.
It's our ball.
What's the call here? Jump ball called. It'll stay Lincoln basketball.
Yeah. 23.3 seconds left.
I panicked for a second because I could see the official calling the traveling there with 2 girls on the ball, but fortunately he made the jump ball call, and we got a timeout on the floor here. Bob, 23.3 seconds. You've got to get something in a hurry here and then foul very quickly.
Definitely. You got to hit a 3, and you got to steal it if you can.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do something on the inbounds play, or if you don't get a steal, foul right away.
Yep. Well,
I don't know. I saw Boston College come from 4 down with about 5 seconds to go the other night against Florida State and win a basketball game, so nothing's impossible.
I think way back in the day, I saw Maryland score like 7 points in a second. Technical involved in there, an inbound steal, total insanity.
So let's set the stage for you. 23.3 on the clock. Notre Dame up 46-39. Lincoln had battled back from a double-digit deficit. Bob, I think it was 15 points at one point that they've come back from to cut it to 7 at one point. They're down 46-39.
But like I said earlier, this is a good game along, getting you ready for the tournament trail. You need to play tough competition.
This to me is a regional or sectional basketball game right here. That's what the intensity that's going on here. McLeod to inbounds. Let's see who they go to. Lob pass to Knapp. They couldn't get it to her. McKinley's going to get called for the foul on Wardle. She did.
21 seconds left for the game.
Wardle going to go to the other end and shoot free throws. Is that from Diane?
Yeah.
She's got your number, pal.
She does.
Wardle, first one up and good. 47-39. Give Wardle 5.
Well, I'd be a horrible mess if I didn't have her, though.
Second one, missed it. No good. Whiteman went for the rebound. Ball on the floor. Their bodies all over the place.
Look at McKinley.
And it's getting chippy out there right now.
Yeah.
We saw this last year, too.
McKinley Knapp's the nicest person you want to meet, except when she gets on a basketball court.
Hey, she is one of the toughest kids you'd ever want to meet on a basketball floor. Clark out front, tried to trap Mingus, stole the ball away. Mingus, they go to Maloney, out front Bayer. 4 seconds on the clock. This one's over. Bayer, Lincoln not going to get any fouls here as Peoria Notre Dame is going to win it by a score of 47-39. and both teams get applause from the crowd, and they deserved it as hard as they played. Again, Lincoln goes down 47-39 here at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium to one of the top-rated 2A schools in the state, the defending 2A state champions. Let's send it back to the WLCN studios for a 2-minute timeout. When Bob and I come back, we will have the Grau Incorporated post-game show. You've been listening to Lady Railer Basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM.
An accident or injury can happen any day. If you're living without health insurance, now is the time to find a health insurance plan to protect you and your family. New, low-cost plans cover doctor's visits, hospital stays, prescriptions, preventative care, and more. And you could get a tax credit to help you afford insurance. So call me, Dara Entwistle, 217-737-7581 to help you find a plan that's right for you.
WLCN's Lady Railer basketball coverage is sponsored by Schneider Masonry, family-owned and operated in Central Illinois with over 40 years of experience serving builders, contractors, and homeowners. Free estimates available. Call 217-314-9654. Chestnut Health Systems, offering a comprehensive scope of behavioral health and human services in Illinois and Missouri. Call 888-924-3786.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Well, back at a somewhat subdued Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium, but Bob, you go down 47-39 against probably what is one of the top 3 ranked 3A or 2A teams in the state, defending state champs. They didn't lose a whole lot from last year, and we knew how good they were last year. And a growing Lady Railer team that has played very well of late, and they did not play poorly tonight. They played very well. The intensity was there on both ends. I don't think you can feel too bad walking out of here.
No, Lady Railers played a good basketball game. As you mentioned, they hustled all throughout the game. They never gave up. They just were playing a very, very good basketball team.
You know, and I said earlier, I think this is probably the toughest defense that Mia Clark has faced in what is her young varsity career. And you know this from watching basketball all these many years, that, you know, you have to get used to that. And if you face a defense like that as a player where they're all over you, playing man-to-man, they're switching off on you, you've got to figure out a way to get yourself open or do other things on the floor that help your team win. If that means rebounding, steals, assists, that's what it means.
Yeah, she did at times. She made some nice assists for Mia Clark and played some good defense.
She did, and it's just a matter of, okay, how am I going to get myself open here and you know, put a few points on the board. And sometimes you know too that, hey, if you're a scorer, you're a shooter, and you're not scoring, you're not shooting, it can really impact the other aspects of your game. But it really didn't for her. She still hustled out there, played the defense, and was a part of the game.
Yeah, they watched the films coming in. They knew she was averaging 14.7 points a game, and they did a good job on her.
Well, I imagine in the fourth quarter, Lane Langhoff had to get starting to get a little bit nervous when Lincoln started coming back. You probably saw last year all over again where he thought he had Lincoln down, and they came back and had it tied by the end of the third quarter.
Well, there's a couple threes there. We hit them. Oh, we're back in it.
This is a different ball game then, and they're probably starting to feel some pressure and you don't know. They can't lay back anymore. They've got to continue to attack.
And, you know, Jay, what about the seal out on those rebounds?
Oh.
We're sitting down here, and there's just the triangles there and no Irishman underneath the basket.
We will have to ask Coach Rohrer what she threatened the girls with in order to get them to seal out like that. There had to be some threat that, hey, if I see anybody not sealing out, you're going to run until you puke. There's something along those lines, because I cannot stress, if you go back and watch this game, go look at the job the girls did sealing out on the rebounds. Peoria and Notre Dame got very few second chances.
Yeah, it was a no man's land underneath that basket when they sealed out.
And really, Lincoln did a pretty decent job of hitting the own offensive boards as well. We couldn't say enough about McKinley Knapp, the way she played on both ends of the floor tonight.
She played a great game tonight, Jay. She had 13 points, and just on defense, she was stifling, going up against 3 6-footers basically underneath that basket.
Bob, some people have probably made it to their car by now and probably have got the radio finally turned to 96.3. They should have had it set there permanently, but they probably have it turned to 96.3 now. Why don't you run through the scoring for them as they go home?
For the visiting Irish of Peoria Notre Dame, Shay Larson came off the bench. He didn't score, but Aiden Maloney came off the bench, hit 2 free throws for 2 points. Cora Hines, the big 6-footer, had 6 points for the Irish. Emmy Wardle had 5 points. Allie Stickelmeyer had 4 points. And the 2 big guns for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish were Lexi Bear. She had 14 points, and leading the way was her fine point guard, Julia Mingus. She had 15 points. For our Lady Rail Splitters, Piper Whiteman chipped in with 8 points for the ladies. She had 3 deuces and 2 free throws. McKinley Knapp had 5 baskets and 3 free throws for 13 points. Mason McLeod hit a basket and 2 threes for 8 points. Grace Schneider hit 2 free throws to give us our early lead, 2-0, with 2 free throws. Lily Holmes had 4 baskets for 8 points. And our leading scorer, Mia Clark, was held scoreless, but she played an overall good game defensively and had some good assists. But they had her number coming into this basketball game.
You know, there are going to be days like, what's the old saying? Some days you get the bear and some days the bear gets you. And tonight the bear just happened to get the Lady Railers, but the Lady Railers didn't go down without a fight. Peoria Notre Dame knew they were in a basketball game this evening.
Oh, definitely. They threw a scare into them there at the end, and Coach Langhoff had to call a timeout to try to get his team under control.
Yeah, I suspect that he's walking back knowing that they were competed against a very tough basketball team tonight, and I'm sure that Coach Rohrer is walking away saying, hey, girls, you played really well tonight, and you can take a lot away from this basketball game as far as a learning experience goes. One thing I'll say, the Lincoln girls never really panicked during the basketball game, despite and it was pretty intense defense that Peoria Notre Dame played against them, but the Lincoln girls really never panicked against that defense.
No, they didn't. They played their offense, and they got some open shots, but just wasn't meant to be tonight. Final score, Peoria Notre Dame 47 and Lincoln 39. Well, I guess we're on the road tomorrow night.
Yes, against an 18-8 Mahomet Seymour team that I think has won 5 or 6 in a row. In fact, they won the last 3 conference games to take the lead in the Apollo Conference. And no matter what team you're playing against over at Mahomet Seymour, going over there is never an easy task.
No. And overall, all week we've got a crazy schedule. Thursday we're at Bloomington, and then the Eisenhower Panthers Saturday.
Saturday at Ike, and then I think Tuesday night again. Here comes Coach Taylor Rohrer joining us here on the Grau Incorporated postgame show.
The ladies gave it a good fight tonight, but Peoria and Notre Dame came in here with a pretty good defense.
And a good basketball team. That's a whale of a basketball team, and credit to them for the way that they played. Can you hear me okay?
Coach Rohrer, she earned her money tonight. It was a tough battle.
Yeah. She and Coach Farmer both earned their money tonight. I'll tell you, I could not be, and this is coming from the hometown announcer, I guess, but I really couldn't be prouder of the way the girls played tonight. You want to talk about just matching them intensity-wise on both ends of the floor. Your kids played a whale of a basketball game tonight.
I agree. I'm so proud of them. We're talking about one of the top teams in the state, and they played them tight. They did a really nice job, and they never quit. They never took no for an answer, and I'm really proud of them.
Coach, from our viewpoint here, I don't know what you told them or how you did your practices. There was a no man's land underneath. When they sealed out on the rebounds down here, the ball could have just dropped on the ground. That's how well they had them sealed out.
So it was run. If you caught anybody doing it, they were running until they puked, right? That's the deal. That's the threat.
No, I mean, honestly, like, we just told them, like, they're so much bigger than us. You have to box out. You can't jump with them. They're bigger than you. If you don't box out, you don't stand a chance of winning this game. And they did it.
No, yeah. I shouldn't say this, but Mac came up here before the game with her usual visit and fist bump, and she goes, "Let me see their roster. They're so big." And I said, "Well, they're not that big." She said, "They said they've got a bunch of kids 6'4". I said, "Don't have anybody 6'4" on that basketball team. What are you, nuts?" So she looked down the roster and says, "Well, they're not that big after all." I said, "No, you guys can do this. You're just going to have to play. You're just going to have to play hard. That's what you're going to have to do is go out and play hard." And they really did. I don't want to sound like I'm faulting Mia in any way, shape, or form, because I'm not. But I thought this was a game that she takes away a learning experience. Bob and I talked. This is probably the toughest defense she's ever had to face in her young varsity career. And getting open, Notre Dame's switching was incredible on their man-to-man tonight. And I really thought this was a good learning experience for her to kind of learn, hey, when you face something like that, one, you can do other things that help your team, which I thought she did. She played defense, rebounded. But I thought also, too, it's a good learning experience for her to figure out how to get herself open to get shots.
Yeah, I mean, I believe she can play with anybody. So tonight the shot didn't fall. I think that they sped her up a little bit because they were guarding her so closely. I mean, when you're the team's best shooter, you're going to get guarded a little bit more closely, and they did that. And she didn't get the look she normally gets, but like you said, she did a lot of other really great things for us. She rebounded, she played defense, and she kept her head, and that's a big one. When you're not getting the shot to fall and it feels like it's not working, she still continued to play the team game, and that says a lot about who she is as a player.
I thought that McKinley, I can't say enough about her either. The game she played, both ends of the floor, she left everything on the floor tonight. She looked almost beat red at one point during the game. She had just kind of expended that much energy. She was not intimidated offensively. She went after rebound. She sealed out. She didn't commit a lot of the silly fouls that we have seen. In fact, I thought all your girls did a real good job. And the officials, I think, the quote, "let them play," but I really do think they just let the girls play out there. There were probably a few calls there that toward the end that could have been made, but I thought that both teams really did a good job of just playing a hard, tough game.
Yeah, both teams played hard. I mean, Notre Dame's got 3 Division I kids on their team. They can shoot the lights out of the basket. I mean, and we matched them. I mean, I have no complaints. The kids were kind of upset after the game. I think when you pour your heart into something, it's frustrating when it doesn't go your way. And to me, it's just, there's no reason to be upset. When we play that well, we can beat anybody. And I really believe that. A couple shots fall here or there, a couple less turnovers. Just played good.
They were guarding. Well, first of all, their defense was very tough, but in addition, they really seemed to be intent on guarding the 3-point line and not letting your 3-point shooters break loose. I mean, that was pretty evident of that. But then I thought your kids did a really good job of recognizing that and saying, okay, we have the 2-pointer still available to us, and you had a few drives there. McKinley got under the bucket too far a couple of times because of where the pass was and couldn't get the shots to go down. But as you said, if you get a couple more of those shots to go down, it may be a different ball game.
Right.
And especially there in the fourth quarter, if you'd have got a three or a couple threes to go down, you start putting some pressure on them. They cannot back away. They've got to keep attacking.
Mesa hit our only 2 threes. She did a good job at 3-point land. And Lily comes off. She gives you a spark off the bench. She drives right to the basket. She had 8 points.
Yeah, she's got that nice little jumper, and that's something that we really have been wanting her to develop. And I think that she's really starting to get a knack for it.
And again, you can't fault anybody tonight, but I thought Grace did a good job tonight of taking care of the basketball and not having the turnovers of running the basketball team like you would think a point guard would. Between her and Piper out front, you seem to have found a good combination out front to kind of run your offense.
Absolutely. Both are good ball handlers, both are good passers, and they're really positive. And when you got a positive point guard out there that's willing to direct traffic, it helps a lot.
Nobody likes to lose. Again, Coach Knight once said, "Yes, somebody has to lose. It doesn't have to be me." But the other thing, I mean, this is one of those where I think you, at least from my perspective, you walk out with your head held high. You said, "Hey, I played as hard as I could tonight. I left it on the floor." Kids are going to miss shots. That's just inevitable. They played good defense. Give credit to them for the defense that they played. But I think it's one you walk out with your head held high and say, hey, we took, I don't know what their ranking is now. I don't know if they're 3 or above in 2A. They're still pretty high in 2A.
They're high.
And, you took them really into the fourth quarter, game of basketball game.
Yep. They might be, I think I looked the other day, I think Breeze might be 1, but they're either 2 or 3.
They're 2 or 3. I can't remember which.
I mean, that's a good team. They could easily win the 2A state title.
Yeah, their only losses have been, to 3 private schools from up north and Alton. Washington is the other one they've lost to. Washington and Alton?
They lost to Alton. They lost to St. Ignatius.
Incarnate Word.
And
Washington. Alton and Washington. Yeah. So they've lost. Their 4 losses have come to quality basketball teams.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Incarnate Word just lost their first game in 3 years.
Yeah.
I mean, talking 7 Division I kids on that team. Alton, we know how good they are. Washington, they're in top in 3A, and St. Ignatius, they took them to overtime up at Bennett, and that's one of the top teams in 3A.
We're definitely proud of the Lady Rail Splitters.
We talked about this tonight too. I told Bob, I said, this is regional sectional basketball right here. As tough as it was, and the way that the game was officiated, this was regional sectional basketball. This was a good game for your kids to play, win or lose. They're going to take this into regional and sectional competition, and hopefully remember this game and what they did and what it takes to win these basketball games.
Absolutely. I hope that we continue to play this hard and this well.
So you don't get much rest. We got to go over to Mahomet Seymour tomorrow night. Tough place to play as always, and I believe they're 18-8 right now. I think they're a pretty good basketball team.
They're a good ball club. Yep.
And we can handle them.
Yeah, we can handle them. We can go over there and handle them.
As long as they make those calls over the back.
Mahomet's a tough place to play, and unfortunately, we got to face a Frobe cousin over there. The Waldinger girl's a Frobe cousin. She's pretty good.
She is a good player.
Yeah, good basketball player. Well, we're going to let you go and get some rest. Hey, thanks for joining us on the post-game show.
Thanks for being
Great
here.
effort tonight by you and your kids. I'll tell you what.
Kids played hard.
People miss this basketball game. They missed a good basketball game between 2 very good teams.
I think so too. But you know what? We're thankful for the people that came out and supported us here and on TV. And the kids played really hard. I'm proud of them.
Thanks for joining us, Coach. We'll see you tomorrow night. Well, Mr. V, you got anything you want to add before we sign off here from Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium? They're probably wanting us to get out of here.
No, nothing. That the Lady Rail Splitters played all out tonight against a very excellent basketball team.
Well, Jan missed a good one, but you got to see a good one tonight.
I did. Yeah.
I tell you what, this again, folks, can't say enough about how this team played, and this team has the opportunity, I think, Bob, to play with just about anybody going down the stretch and in the postseason. They're going to be a very dangerous team in whatever regional they get assigned to over there in Peoria. They're going to be a dangerous team to play.
It's going to be a lot of fun coming down the stretch, and I know we'll enjoy every game.
So for station manager Jim Ash, for Claudette running the board with Mabel Lequette back at the studio, for social and marketing manager Lloyd Kirby, for Connor Shaw, who was a little frazzled when he got in here tonight, but he calmed down, except when there was one call made on the floor. He went a little nuts. We had to calm him down, folks. Almost had to shoot him with a tranquilizer. For many of our fine sponsors, we appreciate all of you. For all of you listening out there, all of you fans, we appreciate each and every one of you. This is Jay Harden signing off here from Roy S. Anderson, where Lincoln goes down to Peoria, Notre Dame, 47-39. We will see you tomorrow night from the friendly confines over at Mahomet Seymour, facing an 18-8 Bulldogs team on the road, and hopefully the Lady Railers can get back on track, put another W in the win column. Good night, and thanks for listening.
An An accident or injury can happen any day. If you're living without health insurance, now is the time to find a health insurance plan to protect you and your family. New, low-cost plans cover doctor's visits, hospital stays, prescriptions, preventative care, and more. And you could get a tax credit to help you afford insurance. So call me, Dara Entwistle, 217-737-7581 to help you find a plan that's right for you.
Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln. Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln.
Hello, Lincoln and Logan County. This is Chris Grau from Grau Chevrolet Buick in Lincoln. When it comes time to choose someone to repair your car, truck, or SUV, don't you think you'd feel more comfortable working with the local people you know and trust? Our team in service, parts, and detail have the tools, training, and knowledge that will get your repairs done quickly with less downtime and at the right price. Call the local pros at 217-735-4444 at Grau Chevrolet Buick on North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln.
Hi, Joe Ryan here with Country Financial. As pensions go by the wayside and your retirement approaches, have you thought about what your retirement income will look like? No, I'm not talking about how much money you have saved. I am talking about a retirement income, a guaranteed paycheck for life. That's right, a paycheck issued to you every month for the rest of your life. Sound interesting? Let's talk. 735-4385.
WLCN's live stream video coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball is brought to you by Me Realty, Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, Culver's of Lincoln, Grau Incorporated, Chestnut Health Systems, Brian Clark State Farm Insurance, Collision Concepts, Complete Lawn Care, Independent Health Insurance Agent Dara Entwistle, Heartland Bank and Trust Company, Heartland Community College, Lincoln, Emo's Cafe, The Johnson Family in honor of Keith Johnson, LCHS Lady Railer Basketball Alumni, Lincoln Heating and Cooling, LMH Community Health Collaborative, Chase Lowry Edward Jones Financial, Joe Ryan Country Financial, Schneider Masonry, Simply Traveled Cruise Planners, United Community Bank, City of Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch and Annette Welch. Thank you for watching WLCN's live video stream coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball.